Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to another edition of Captain Dave After Dark podcast, exclusive on Instagram and on YouTube channel. My name is Captain Dave, and I represent for the Captain Dave After Dark, it's Friday morning, December the 5th of the year 2025, and it's a plus. We are getting into the weekend of the Pearl Harbor Day. Which was coming on a Sunday. There was to that day is an anniversary which we are the day we live in infamy. The day that when the Japanese military did the Pearl Harbor sneak attack on us back in December 7th, 1941. And this is the anniversary that we had to remind ourselves that we like to say my thoughts and prayers to the men and women who gave their lives. Those lost in World War II, and we thank the men and women who gave their lives within the armed forces. So anyway, as of today, I'm going to read you "Twas the Night Before Christmas," and the host by the one, the only Captain Dave here, and it says on the night before Christmas, and here's something you should enjoy. But before we get to that, here's something introduction with it was the night before Christmas. In 1822, New York clergyman named Clement Clark Moore spun together Christmas morning for his children. The poem he wrote featured a red Santa in a reindeer-drawn sleigh, a never empty sack of toys, a stocking hung. Excuse me. Especially above the fireplace, he called it a visit from St. Nicholas. It was published anonymously in the newspaper in Troy, New York. It captured the public's imagination. The poem's opening line, "Twas the night before Christmas," soon replaced the original title. One reason Moore's poem has endured is that it is a joy to read aloud. Beginning in a harsh suspense, the poem builds a dramatic crescendo as a roll-licking versus usher in the mysterious midnight visitor. A tale of anticipation and wonder, the night before Christmas has become a holiday tradition in itself for many families. So as you can open these pages, whether for the first Christmas or to recall those past, celebrate and share the timeless joys of enchanted holiday. And now for the entertainment. 'Twas the night before Christmas. We're all through the house. Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas would be there. And the children and Nessa all snuggled to beds while Vincent and Sugar Plum danced in their heads, and Mama in a handkerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for the long winter's nap. And I went into the window and I flew and went out in the lawn, and those rose such as a clatter. I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window and flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up to the sash. The moon onto the breast, the new fallen snow gave luster of the midday to a jet below. And when the wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and the 8 tiny reindeer, and with a little old driver so lightly quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted, and they called him by the name, now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. And on top of the porch to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away all. And dries leaves before the wild hurricane fly, and when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky. So up to the housetop, the courser they flew with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of the little each hoof, and I drew in my head, was turned around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all the fur from his head to his foot, and he clothed with all the tarnish with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys, and he flung it on his back. He looked like a peddler to sharpen his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses. His nose like a cherry. His true like little mouth drawn like a bow. The beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of the pipe he held tight in his teeth, and on the smoke and the circle, his head like a reed. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly, and he was chubby and plump and right jolly old St. Elf. And I laughed when a jolly old elf I meant, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. I winked in his eye, and the twinkle of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to drink. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stocking, and turned with a jerk, laying in his finger aside his nose, and giving a nod up to the chimney he rode. He sprang to the sleigh, to his team, gave a whistle, and away all the flew like down of the thistle. But I heard him exclaim, and he trod out and say, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. And so, that's it today. Twas the night before Christmas. The one and the only Captain Dave represent for the Captain Dave After Dark.